Who cares?
Hey everybody. I mean, our results
What
show
up?
sometimes have the best stuff, bro.
Well,
Absolutely.
it's
So,
because they just always have just random stuff, and that sometimes that's the best.
yeah. Yep. Hi everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Um Sweet. Okay, that's recording. Awesome. Like we did this whole Simpsons thing on the what was it? Not the speed result show, whatever was before that. Like our favorite Simpsons clips, and I put a bunch
Oh
of
yeah,
Simpsons clips in it. It was
yeah.
amazing. Great result show.
Why not go? Just go for it. And
Yep.
the funny thing is, people probably just skip them.
I don't know. After some of these comments we got about how much people love our podcast, there are some people that don't skip nothing, which I love.
It's so cute. So not so cute. That's the wrong word.
Here,
Um,
I'm just gonna try
what
to
is it?
share this screen quick just to make sure
Okay.
sound. I've got the right one. Okay, great.
Da, da, da,
Can you see
da,
that?
da. Yep.
Okay, great. All right, I'll get
Great.
to that in a little bit. Okay, cool. Let's just can we clap?
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, clap,
Clap. 1, 2, 3, clap.
clap.
Awesome.
Welcome everybody to the bonus disc.
What up? No. There we go. There we go.
Pee Wee results.
All right. And we got to zip through this because we
Yeah.
have two massive 15th anniversary episodes to record.
Yeah, these are big boys.
So
These are big.
yeah, people pay the big bucks to just get our warm up to the important stuff. No.
Not true.
Um
Not true.
okay. Now that I heard you here's what so have you seen the Weird Al movie? Weird
Nope.
with Harry Potter as Weird Al.
No.
Okay. Um there's the best scene in the movie is they go to this pool party
Yep.
and Dr. Demento, played by celebrity bassoonist, what's his name? Rainn Wilson, Dwight Schrute,
Mm-hmm.
right? He
Mm-hmm.
brings Weird Al, played by Daniel Radcliffe, to this
Genius.
pool party to kind of like warm him up to the scene. And the gimmick of this pool party is that all these famous weirdos are there.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like, Gallagher is there, and
Oh, I love
Elvira is
Gallagher.
there, and like Conan is playing Andy Warhol, like all
Wow.
these weirdos, and it's so funny. And none of them are doing a very good impression. It's not the real people. It's all
Right.
actors playing these people, famous actors
Okay.
playing
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
people. Jack Black is playing not Hungry Jack. That's a pancake. I can't remember. Wolfman Jack. Okay. Anyway, it's his house. But Pee Wee is there, and he is played by one of the Lonely Island guys. I can't remember which
Okay.
one. You know, the Chronic Whatcalls of Narnia, those
Yep.
guys.
Yep.
Jorma Takone, I think his name is. But dude, you would have done such a better job as Pee Wee in that scene. Like he's not really doing the intricacies of Pee Wee, I think, the way that you could do them. He's playing it like big,
Yep.
but I think the beauty of Pee Wee are his little, are they giggles?
La, 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 la.
Just kind of the constant noise
Yeah, just
that Pee Wee
noise all the
makes.
time. That was me as a kid,
Right.
constantly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've heard that they're gonna do maybe like a similar biopic to like the director that did Weird wants to do one about Pee Wee.
Okay.
Um, and my guess is they use the same guy, but it part of the joke I think of Weird is that Daniel Radcliffe looks nothing like Weird Al.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he's got like a curly fro wig. He's got like I'm an American, right? He's obviously not an American.
Yeah.
He's
Like his accent.
ripped. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And he's
Yep.
short. And so he doesn't look like, So I think that's the joke of this pool party too. But I think if they were going to make a Pee Wee biopic, they'd want to do it with a guy that actually looks a little bit more like Pee Wee. I don't know. So they should. This is just my call out to whoever's listening that Anthony Georgian should play Pee Wee.
Nah, and no, Anthony Georgeson at a younger age should play Pee Wee. I mean, me at 12,
Right. Yeah. If we
I
could go back in time.
wish I had dressed up for that as for Halloween.
Oh man, just the gray suit and the red bow tie, and
Yeah,
then your impression, I think would have
yeah.
gotten you so much Halloween candy that you could have kept under your bed for years to come.
I can smell it. I
Oh
can
yeah,
smell the
that
candy.
smell. I can too. It's like
Mm.
the mix of the candy smell, right?
Yeah, there's chocolatey, fruity,
Uh-huh.
a little bit of pillowcase, lint, uh, a little mildew
Razor
because it's
blades.
yeah, right. Mildew because it's been there for like
Right,
a
yeah.
couple years.
Yep, you got to separate that out. Yeah. Um, you know who else I've been thinking of recent viewing? Wesley Crusher reminds me of you.
Mm, sure.
I don't know why.
Yep.
I just like I Wesley Crusher, especially at a younger age,
Yeah.
really reminded me of a young Anthony Georgeson, like a 16-year-old Anthony Georgeson.
Yeah. There. I have like let's see, like my eighth grade picture with the bassoon. I
Mm-hmm.
think I look like Wesley Crusher.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have the hair side
Yes.
part swooped over, kind of crusty.
Is it the hair? It might be the hair. I also think it's the attitude, bro. I
Just
think you
kind of a
just
nerdy, skinny guy.
yeah, but you like I don't know. You had a lot of confidence, I feel like, when you were that age.
That is so weird. I did not think of myself that way.
I
But
always
maybe
thought
when
I
it
always
came to
thought of you
music.
that way.
Yeah.
What maybe that's it. When it came to music, you knew who you are and you were and you knew you were good at it.
Not in the lunchroom though.
Oh no. That's true. When you walk in, you're like, oh crap, where do I sit?
Yep, the very tall chairs. Down at the bottom was where Chad, even though he would invite us down from time to time, but
Right. Yeah, once in a while
only
he
the
said you
Chad and the
can
cool
come down
kids.
and hold court. As I hold court, you can come down and sit beneath.
Yeah. It's like on October Sky, dude.
Yep. Yeah. Perfect cafeteria scene.
Yeah.
We'll get to that next movie. We've
Yep.
already recorded that episode.
All right, we already recorded that. It's in the can.
Let's do Pee Wee results.
Okay.
Uh, okay, so this is interesting because I'm gonna vote yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Gomer Nation, it squeaked by. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
75% and quite a bit of just people commenting and saying it's perfect.
Right.
This hasn't happened for a while because we did broadcast news. I don't think anybody watched it. This one is obviously a Pee Wee's Big Adventure, widely seen movie.
Yeah. Especially for people our age.
I think it's an our age group thing. And so not only did it get right at the 75 mark, it's a yes from the nation, but also a lot of like just people swinging by the comments and saying, yes, it's perfect. I like this movie.
Please put this on here.
Right.
It's got to go to Con.
It's got to go to Con, says I, and says the listener. I'm wondering about you.
Imagine Con and Pee Wee. Like how would you even put that together in a scene?
Well, could you do 6 degrees of separation between Ricardo Montalban? So Ricardo Montalban to Shatner, that's probably the best way in.
Yep.
Or, I mean,
Shatner's been on SNL.
yeah. I mean, you could, oh, that's kind of cheating, right? They've both been
Yeah.
on SNL. I don't
Let's
think,
go through that.
yeah. Shatner, Sandra Bullock on um Miss
Miss
Congeniality.
Congeniality, yeah.
I feel like I'm getting farther away. Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves. Now I've got to get Keanu Reeves to Pee Wee. Was Keanu in anything that Ben Stiller
Okay,
was in?
80s, we've got Bill and Ted's.
Oh
Hmm.
man, I feel like we're getting farther away. If anybody wants to put down in the comments a 6 degrees of separation between Paul Rubens and Ricardo Montalban, that would be much appreciated. Um, so what about you? What do you think? Perfect or no, Anthony? It all lies with
Yeah.
you.
I mean, I go back and forth
Mm-hmm.
um because world building, it's amazing. It's so weird.
So weird.
Um it's it's polarizing on some sense. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you're like, yuck.
Yeah.
Weird. Too weird.
Can I just say this though? I think people that think that haven't seen it.
Yeah. I
Maybe I'm
don't
wrong.
think Mystery Men helped.
With Pee Wee?
Yeah, it's just like, no, with Paul Rubens.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You're like, "Oh yeah, that guy's gross."
Even though I
No
like him in that
offense.
movie. He's
I know.
gross in that movie, but I think he's good at it.
I know. I'm just thinking in my subconscious. Uh and then for people there was, the stuff in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah. But we're talking
um
about just the film, not his
oh
his
yeah, no, no, no.
not his roles
I,
subsequently. Pee
yeah.
Wee's Big Adventure, Tim Burton, Danny Elfman, Paul Rubens. Now you're right. It's weird,
Yep, it's definitely weird, but I definitely love it. And remember, perfect is not flawless,
right?
right? So this is not a flawless movie, but just like Back to the Future, we got Danny Elfman because of Pee-wee. We got Alan Silvestri because of Back to the Future.
Yep.
So we wouldn't have Nightmare Before Pertner to Christmas.
Wow, you put the partner in the middle of the title.
Pertner Nightmare Before Christmas. Um yeah, so I mean, dude, as far as 80s canon in my childhood, I got to put it on the flash
Yeah.
drive to see
Woo.
Khan.
Whoa, yeah, yeah. It's going up to it's going up to gone. Um, I don't know if you listen. Did you listen to the Pee Wee app?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Dang it, sorry.
The because we were I think you were in no, it was one of those days that your computer wasn't working and so we couldn't record it onto GarageBand.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I said con, it like something something like glitched.
Yeah.
And so it gave me the opportunity to put that con clip in.
Oh, yes.
And I
Khan.
just hadn't for so long. And then I just was like, what an amazing, just reminded again, what
It's
an
so good.
amazing moment that is in Star Trek 2.
It's so good, dude. I love it.
God, God. And then it like
Khan.
echoes.
Yep.
You
Like
can
you can
you
hear it in
can hear it
space
saying it again.
where you can't hear anything.
Um, okay, so great. I'm so happy. Thanks, Anthony. Begrudgingly, I feel like voted yes.
I'm no good at putting down stuff that other people like.
All
But I
right.
I mean
Well,
I truly love it. I just so one thing we didn't mention, did we mention the bike stuff at all?
sure. We talked about bike.
Okay.
That you don't necessarily like the bike.
No, it's just it totally played to our age group of bikes were everything.
Yeah, yep. They really hit like and we've talked bikes movies before, right?
Yep.
Goonies in particular, I think. E.T., of course.
Yep. E.T. Rad,
Yeah, so are
Dirt
those
Bike Kid.
you told that story about how Tim Burton just saw some people riding bikes around? Or was it Paul Rubens? I can't remember. And he was like, "Oh, I know
Paul.
bikes."
Yeah, yeah. Paul. It was Paul Rubens right at on the movie set.
Right. And so I wonder if the bikes he saw were like ET ET extras or something, right? Like
Yeah.
ET
Yep.
kids.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I guess that's good. He saw what was happening on movie sets and he was like, let's utilize this.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Um, but it really hit hard for us, I think. Like I kind of had a heavy bike like
Mm,
Pee Wee did.
okay.
And guess what? It got stolen.
Oh man.
I don't know if I've ever told the story in the podcast before. I was coming home on the bus and I had uh, we I rode my bike to the bus to take the tram to take the train um when I was in Vienna. And so I had bike locked it to a wooden fence. Real
Okay.
smart kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got off the bus and it was just not there. Very a totally Pee-wee moment where I
Ugh.
felt like I dropped my bag on the ground and it was just gone, bro.
Hmm.
Sinking feeling. My big
Ugh.
heavy bike. And it was one of those where I had to like Pee-wee sometimes looks like, just you really have to get it going because it's so heavy.
Yeah. I know those kind of bikes. So I was I've kind of always been obsessed with um I don't know, like I'll get obsessed with like a brand,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Wow,
so
really?
like Trek, you know. So
Yeah,
it's like
of
like
course.
I'm all Sonos, you know.
Yeah.
Uh
Yes, exactly.
but like, you know, Trek, right? It was like it's got to be Trek or it's nothing.
I see. You were one of those kids like you needed a Trek bike,
Oh yeah, needed a Trek.
needed
Uh
Air Jordans. No, but
needed
did you
air.
say you had Air Jordans? Oh, you
Yep,
had
I had
Reebok pumps
Jordans.
too. Yeah,
I
yeah.
had Reebok pumps.
Uh-huh.
I had the Columbia, I had the Umbros.
Yep.
And so
And
like
by the way, nothing has changed, right? Blackwing, Sonos, Apple. It's just the same thing. Shure
totally.
mics.
Yep. We like to have the real thing.
Right. And
You know what
so
I mean?
sometimes Anthony will be like, buy this instead. And I'm like, why? It was like remember we just had this big long thing about our
Yep.
mics. We
Right.
were like, buy this arm. And I'm like, why? Like, because it's this brand. I'm like,
It's better.
so it's better.
But the thing is, I usually like it because it's better. You
Oh,
know what I
there's a
mean?
reason. Oh, of course. It's not arbitrary.
Right.
We like high quality things.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you'll get me onto something and I'll like run with it. I think Blackwing was one of those things
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
now I feel like maybe I'm more into Blackwing even.
Mm.
I don't
I
know
don't
if
think so.
that's true.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think, I mean, I've got my purple one right here.
There it is.
I don't think, I think, yeah, maybe. That's a really good question. I'm not threatened by that. I'm not feeling like,
Good.
oh
Okay,
no.
that's good. Yeah, I don't
Um,
know if we need to talk this through at all, but I've never meant to threaten you with it.
oh yeah, I like who likes Blackwing more?
Yeah, let's
Hmm.
have a fist fight over it.
But what I was thinking though is I had my Trek 820 Antelope because it was my like 8th grade year and my dad and I were like going over, are we gonna go for a dirt bike? Like, I remember my dad going, he was like, okay, your birthday's coming up and we can do one of two things. We could look,
Yeah.
you know, maybe look for a Trek, but they're really expensive, probably can't afford it.
Yeah.
Or this is classic my dad. Or what if we just fixed up your dirt bike and
Mm-hmm.
we could get some of those flat panel things for the side wheels?
Oh, yes. Right. Like they help with mud.
Yeah, so we're gonna get
Or
the
is it aerodynamics? I don't know.
I think it's aerodynamics because like the wheel looks like perfectly straight, like there's no spokes.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They're
And I
like
wish I had
discs.
them.
Totally. So we were like my dad and I made this whole plan, gonna get those disc wheels,
Uh-huh.
a rotor thing so that you could turn your handlebar 360 degrees, uh
Cool, bro. I mean,
pegs.
unironically cool, I would
Oh,
say.
those dude, those
Sincerely cool.
I mean, that was a brilliant mechanism because like it was like two discs that rotated 360 degrees,
Yeah.
and when you do the brakes, somehow it always worked no matter how it was spinning, and so like the cords wouldn't get, you know, spun around.
Right. Yeah. And you
Um
could do a wheelie and spin it around. Spin your
exactly.
handlebars around. I don't know
Go
if you
on
ever did
those.
that, but I can imagine a kid doing that.
I tried.
I'm sure.
You go on half pipes. I got the pegs for the front and the back, you know, so a friend could ride on the bike with you or you could jump on those pegs.
Two
Uh
friends, front and back.
right, exactly. But
Come on.
but
Come on, Stephen Nichols and Chad. Let's go on one bike.
let's all go around. But my birthday came and they
Yeah.
surprised me. They were just kidding. We could afford the Trek 820 Antelope. We had to dig deep for
Wow.
my that I think I think my dad's love language like like is also gift giving.
I I agree. Mr. G, can you report back to us by text as you usually do?
Yeah.
I've always suspected that your dad gets a real kick out
Yeah.
of giving gifts.
Yep. I totally think so. So
Mm-hmm.
that would be Christmas, that would be birthdays,
Yep.
and he
Yep.
would always go above and beyond, over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Also with my mom, of course.
Yeah.
Uh
Oh yeah.
and
Very
and
generous.
do the surprise of like I remember the garage door opening and it was like Pee-wee. It was like Pee-wee,
Uh-huh.
except instead of a red 50s or 60s Schwinn
Uh-huh.
or whatever that thing was, it was a black and green Trek 820 Antelope.
I mean, this has got to be core memory for you, right?
Oh,
Like
oh yeah. I mean that bike was my everything. Like I freaking love that thing. Rode it everywhere. Remember Monticello biking gang? We did the
Yep.
gullies. We rode to
Yeah.
Jurassic Park that summer.
Yep. Yep. You've
Remember
told that story.
all the
That's
way to Point
amazing.
Cinema. That
Yeah.
must have been so far.
Right.
I mean,
Point.
did we?
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I bet I could drive there from your house on Monticello to a point without GPS,
Yeah.
but it's got to be a couple miles at least. And not necessarily like on back roads either. Sometimes,
No,
well, I
there's
guess you could get there all on. You don't have to go on the highway, but they're busy
right.
roads.
Well, Whitney Way, going by
Yep.
West Town,
Mm-hmm.
going the Elver Parkway, like
Yeah.
all of those were
Yep.
actually pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I guarantee we got a quarter of the way there and we were like, what have we done? And then we were there at the movie and like, how are we going to get home? That's so far. Uh, but anyways,
You're
dude, I
probably
brought
jazzed
that.
up by Jurassic Park, though.
Yeah, you're right. But we drove, I brought that bike to college with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chad needs to help me with this one because I think my bike got stolen also. So
That one? Oh no.
yeah, well, here's the thing. We when we moved out of that apartment,
Yeah.
all of us, the Orchard Street one, uh, I left my bike there.
Mm,
That's what happened. I
okay.
left it chained. I took
That
my
I
little
know that.
minivan. I had
Yeah. So
outgrown that bike. This is the life cycle of the bike. I drove away and it was locked up to the Orchard Street apartment.
every campus I've ever been to, what they do with bikes like that is
Yeah.
they bikes that are left on campus or at apartments. They cut them loose from
Uh-huh.
however they're locked, and then they sell them for cheap at the beginning of the next school year
Okay.
to students that don't have bikes. And so your bike may still exist. I don't think it was, my guess is it wasn't stolen. It was just repurposed by the university.
Okay.
So
Well,
maybe
here's
that's
a
good
weird
news. I don't know.
yeah. Here's a weird ending to that story though.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I was at my mom's house a couple years ago going through some stuff in the garage.
Oh, wait, I think I remember you saying this.
Yeah, there was my bike
This is
in
like
the
a Pee. It's like when Pee Wee saw his bike on TV
yeah.
in that Nun movie.
I was like, wait, my bike. I thought for 20 years, dude, that I left it
I
at the
forgot
college
about the end of
apartment.
this story. All this stuff about it being repurposed, and it was just in your mom's garage.
Next to my Tweed Fender Deluxe amp, tube amp,
Ooh,
and Delivery Boys memorabilia. It's still
who
all in
knows
there.
what treasures are lie within? This is like the end of Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, speaking of the bike, I had mentioned this in the episode of maybe just watching my favorite scene together. Is that all right? Can
Oh,
we
I
end this
love it.
episode by doing that?
Yes,
Okay, I'm gonna share
absolutely.
screen here. Share screen.
Okay. Ooh, don't do that.
Um, yeah, here we go. Sharing screen. Wait a minute.
Share screen.
Just let me do. Can you just see that? It's probably just my desktop. You can see right there.
I can't see anything.
How about
Ah, there
this?
we go. It's
Can you
coming
see
up.
it?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Ah, yes.
I'm gonna just share this. I'm just gonna, and then let me know if you can hear the audio. Come on. So this is the scene. What the heck? Can you hear that?
Yep, I can hear it.
This is
Hello,
my favorite
Francis.
scene.
Hello, Francis.
Hello, Francis. For some reason it's pretty quiet, but maybe I'll boost the sound. This scene here is Francis. Francis appears on the scene. It's just like it's 90 seconds long. Just love it and watch it often. You can look it up on YouTube yourself, audience, if you are it's just type in Pee Wee Francis and you'll get this. He has just finished, I mentioned in the previous episode, kind of caressing and like he's this, you've seen the bike for the first time. He has really, with a lot of care, polished it. And he's coming out, and Francis has approached him. Francis in some sort of like painter's onesie.
It's like he's a little boy, right?
Yes.
Those are both
Sorry.
little boy outfits.
They look so funny to me. In front of Pee-wee's house, and Pee-wee's yard is full
Yeah.
of rockets and horses.
I don't think I've ever paused it and just looked at it. That mailbox is amazing. The Santa and his sleigh and his reindeer are on top.
And his sleigh are on the roof. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna get through this. Here we go.
Francis,
Today is my birthday, and my father said I can have anything I want.
good for you and your father.
Okay,
So,
wait. There it was, my new favorite line. Okay,
Good for you and
I
your
like that.
father.
Francis assumes he can just have Pee-wee's bike for his birthday.
Dude, he's basically like 5, right? Francis.
Yeah, it's like when they're like, Big Bird is like a 6-year-old, right? Like everybody on Sesame Street agrees he's written as a 6-year-old. It's like that for Francis.
Sure.
I think 5 is probably the right thing. Oh boy. Okay, I got to back it up a little bit.
Good for you and your father.
So guess what I want?
A new brain.
No, your bike.
He was fake laughing here. I like this, rolling around on the ground.
Pee-wee.
It's not for sale, Francis.
My father says everything's negotiable. Pee-wee.
I wouldn't sell my bike for all the money in the world. Not for $100 billion, million, trillion dollars.
Then you're crazy.
I know you are, but what am I?
You're a nerd.
I know you are, but what am I?
You're an idiot.
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I? Infinity.
No, I'm not.
Wait, okay. Hold on. I want, like, how long could they go with that? They really stretched that out. I mean, that's like probably 20 seconds of them saying, I know you are, but what am I? And then he like, the trump card there is, he says infinity.
Yeah. This is little kids.
Little kids. Okay.
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I? Infinity.
No, I'm not. You
You
are. No way.
Way.
Knock it
Knock it
off.
off.
Cut it
Cut it
out.
out.
Oh, shut
Shut
up,
up.
Pee-wee.
Why don't you make me?
Okay. Right there, there's a turn. Did you see Pee-wee's face? He's like, okay, we're not getting anywhere with me. Like, it's really good. He's copying him. Have you ever tried doing this instead of like
Totally. Yeah. We do
copycat?
this. Yeah, we
Yeah.
do this. Yeah, it was an SNL trope too.
Okay. And so instead of copying them after they say it, you try to
Yep.
you
Oh,
say
yeah,
it while they're saying it.
Yeah. Oh, we love doing this with the girls and me and Aaron, and it drives them crazy.
But then Francis says something that seems to really upset Pee-wee because he makes that turn here.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I know.
Cut it out.
Oh,
Shut
shut
up.
up, Pee-wee.
Why don't you make me?
Why don't
Shut
you
up.
make me?
Because
Yeah.
I don't make monkeys. I just train them.
Oh,
Good.
Pee-wee, listen to reason. Come on.
Okay. So if you're not watching along, I'm crying. I had tears. This is why I voted perfect. Maybe just for this 90 seconds. He says, "Oh, listen to reason," which no 5-year-old would say. So for some reason there, but Pee Wee puts his hand up, really, I mean, to his ear in a really exaggerated listening gesture.
Humongous hands, right?
Why are his
They look
hands so big?
giant. Maybe he's got a tiny head.
It really shows off his tiny head.
Listen to reason. Come on.
I'm listening to reason.
Pee-wee.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Remember the first time I saw your bike? You were riding past my house, and I came running out to tell you how much I liked it.
I
even
love
way
his
back
face there.
then.
I
I
love
love
his
that
face
story.
there, dude.
Okay, that face
You
is
were
so
His
riding
face
past
there.
my house,
this
That's
is
my favorite part,
this
dude.
is
Remember
movies.
the first time I saw
Yes.
your bike? You were
Yeah,
riding
his
See that
face right
nod?
here.
I came running
Now
out to
listen,
tell you
now
how much I
listen,
liked it
what he
even way
says.
back then.
I love that story.
That's my favorite, dude.
You'll be sorry, Pee-wee Herman.
Oh,
And that's the
That's-
setup. That's the setup for the movie, I feel like,
Yep,
because
yep.
you have to establish that Francis wants that bike so bad. But it also sets the tone. I mean, wow. Tim Burton just lets that go.
you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
It seems to me, and I've watched that clip probably 100 times.
Yeah.
There's a cut in the middle of that "I know you are, but what am I?"
Yeah.
where the tone of their voice changes slightly. So
Yeah.
I wonder how many "I know you are, but what am I's" were actually in there in the original. Like, I want to see director's cut of Pee-wee's Big Adventure where they go for like 5 minutes doing
Yeah.
that, and I think I would love it.
I totally would too. It's like the cut in Elf when he sings the song, you know.
Mm,
And I'm
mhm.
here now, Daddy.
Yes.
I love you. Because
Yep.
like that was all improvised, and like
Mhm.
it's like a super clear cut. Couple of
Yes.
them.
Mhm. You're right. It is just like you can tell that his voice sounds a little different.
Yep.
And they've cut something out there.
Yep.
What I would give
Oh yeah.
to
But
see the
I
full
love that
things of those.
story. That's my favorite part.
I love that
I
story.
love that story.
And I don't use that on people because it's so rude and cutting.
It's so
But I-
mean. If you
but
really,
I wish I
love
could.
that story. Yeah,
But you're right.
and-
His face before that, where he's like,
yeah. Yeah. It's so mean, but it's so funny. And then that is exactly Biff,
Mm.
right? Someday you'll be my wife.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's that shot
Yep.
of Francis there is totally Biff from Back to the Future.
Right. Yep. Close up. He's pointing at him,
Yep.
making
Yep.
a declaration. This is something you're going to have to deal with for the rest of the movie.
Yep.
Great scene. Great job,
Brilliant.
Tim Burton. You did it. All right, it's going up. There was some listener feedback. Mary Beth especially shared some. Let me just read Mary Beth's. She went
Okay.
just a little bit ago to her local theater, played this movie because of Ruben's death, right? She says,
Yep.
my husband and I went. So much fun to see it in the theater with everyone quoting lines and laughing. Sounds like heaven to me.
Dude, I would love to see this movie with a crowd.
Yeah,
I
yep,
totally would.
I agree.
Yep.
And we had talked about this, I think, Wayne's World, when we were talking Wayne's World, about how rare that feels to go to a
Yeah.
comedy in the theater.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think, and I said this on the Wayne's World maybe, that Meet the Parents is one of the last that I can remember.
Yeah, I thought it was Elf for me, where I remembered
Elf. Yep.
being in a
Yeah,
full theater, shocked at how funny it was, especially like the first hour or so of that movie.
Yep.
The fish out of water in New York stuff when he's spinning around and eating gum and getting hit by taxis, just like
Oh,
belly. Now, Barbie, I laughed really hard in Barbie,
yep.
but still, I think I
Oppenheimer?
laughed. I think, yeah, Oppenheimer, I was laughing. I mean, that was
I
a
don't think-
laugh riot for me.
There actually maybe there were a few laugh lines from Matt Damon that I actually laughed out loud at.
Yep.
In Oppenheimer. I truly
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
Matt
the
Damon
funniest-
probably said the 1 or 2 jokes in the movie, right?
The 1 or 2 jokes in a Christopher Nolan movie ever. There are no
Wow,
jokes.
groundbreaking. Yes, his first nude sex scene and his first joke happened in Oppenheimer.
But yeah, Elf for us also in New York, perfect, because then we walked out
Oh,
and there
right.
was
Yeah.
New York in, we were living there.
Wow. Yeah.
But Meet the Parents,
Yep.
with all college students, everybody that's going through that exact same thing.
Uh-huh.
And then did we see Scream? Was that funny?
Scream's funny, but I don't think it's laugh out loud. I mean, when you think about when Ben Stiller comes out in that Speedo and
Yeah.
Meet the Parents,
Oh,
I mean, there's
yeah.
nothing like that scene when because you are so embarrassed for him.
Yep.
Like, I don't have a swimsuit, he says. Like,
Yep.
of course, that's going to mean I don't have to go swimming. And then Owen
Right.
Wilson does, and it's a Speedo, and he's the only one with that on. It's so funny.
Yep. Everything about I love that. I don't know if that one's on our list, but Meet the Parents is up there for me.
Meet the
With
Parents is
best
really,
movie
really good.
going experiences.
And dude, that friggin' holds up, that movie.
Okay, I need to see that again.
It's probably what you're saying, that everybody has gone through that. And they
Everybody's
nailed
gone
it.
through that awkward moment. Not everybody,
Yep.
but and then we're in college and that's what people are going through. I could completely, there were one-to-ones
Yeah.
in that movie that you are Ben Stiller,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if did I ever tell you this, that he wrote it like a horror movie?
Oh, no.
Like, he thought about, if I write this escalated like a horror movie, it'll play
Mhm.
funnier.
Oh, that's amazing.
So what is your biggest fears of going to meet your in-laws?
Yeah.
And I'll exaggerate them like a horror movie would.
Yeah.
And it kind of plays like that, maybe with a different
Yeah.
score. It would play like
that's
that.
good. I
Yeah.
wonder if there's an honest trailer.
Oh, I
you
bet
know.
you there is. We should look that up. All right. Well,
Nice.
congrats, Pee-wee. Oh, Cindy also said, Large Marge sent me. Here to vote. Yes.
Oh, brilliant, Cindy.
Pretty good, Cindy.
Oh, I didn't tell my Large Marge story, dude.
Oh, I don't know if
Another time.
I don't know if that's podcast material. I know it's one of the funniest stories I ever did here, but I don't think we can tell it on the podcast.
I know, but it's one that I just felt it's like top 10 things I feel bad about doing.
Yep, another core memory here.
Core memory where like you accidentally say something that you didn't mean, hurt somebody's feelings, and then yep.
Oh, I'm getting those same goosebumps that I do watching Meet the Parents.
I think when you're a kid, you have to go through a few of those to
I
learn
agree.
social etiquette.
You know what?
So,
you need to feel ashamed of yourself for making even accidentally making fun of a person.
Yep. You got to get burned a few times so that you can be like, okay.
Now, Pee-wee, I don't think he ever learned any lessons like that at all.
Nope.
All right, dude. Well, great job, Pee-wee. You did it. It's going up.
Good job. Nice.
And that's it. All right, let's go over to we got to record these 15th anniversary apps.
Woo! I know. If anybody's watching, I just checked my watch. I've checked my watch 2 or 3 times during this because we're not actually recording on GarageBand. I don't have any clue what time it is.
But I think if we can end this right now, we've got plenty of time for our apps. All right. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye.
All right. Stop.
All right. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye.